They called her Sweetheart at the diner, not because that was her name. Her real name was Lena Carter, but because she called everyone honey, darlin', or sweetheart with a soft southern drawl that made even the angriest truck driver calm down. She was 26, small-town pretty, with big brown eyes and a shy smile that made her seem harmless. But people in Oak Ridge, Tennessee would one day remember her for something else. Something that made her name whispered behind closed doors. They'd remember her as the Sweetheart Killer. Scene 1. The affair begins. Lena met Michael Trent on a Tuesday in June. He was 41, a respected high school history teacher married, to kids, and known for organizing the annual Veterans Parade. He walked into the diner every morning at 7:30, ordered black coffee and a slice of pie, always sitting in the same booth by the window. Lena liked his manners. He liked her smile. At first, it was harmless. A conversation here, a compliment there. Then one night, after closing, he waited outside. "You shouldn't be walking home alone," he said. "Why?" she teased. "You think someone's gonna snatch me?" He smiled. "No, ma'am, I just like the company." That was how it started. One ride turned into dinner. Dinner turned into a kiss. A kiss turned into something that felt like forever until forever became a weapon. Scene 2. The secret. They rented a motel room to towns over every Thursday. He told her he was staying late at school. She told herself it wasn't wrong because he said he loved her. He brought her small gifts, a gold necklace, a book of poetry, a perfume that smelled like gardenias. She believed every word. But one afternoon, while he was in the shower, his phone lit up. A text from Emily, his wife. "Kids miss you. Dinner's cold again." Lena froze. She knew he was married, but something about seeing the message, the quiet ache of a family she'd never belonged to, broke something inside her. When he came out, towel around his waist, she asked softly, "Do you ever think about leaving her?" He hesitated. "Lena," he started. "I just want to know if you mean it," she whispered. He smiled weakly. "You know how complicated things are." And that was the first time she felt anger, not at his wife, but at him. Scene 3. The promised summer turned to fall. Fewer texts, canceled meetings. Lena sensed it, the slow withdrawal, the ghosting, the polite excuses. One night, she showed up unannounced at the school parking lot. He looked startled. "Lena, what are you doing here?" "You stopped answering my calls," she said. He glanced around nervously. "You can't just come here." "My wife, someone could see you." Tears welled in her eyes. "You said you loved me," he sighed. "I do, but this isn't sustainable." She took a step closer. "Then end it with her." "I can't," he snapped. Something in her broke. "Then don't tell me you love me ever again." He didn't answer. He just turned and walked away. That night, Lena sat on her bed staring at the necklace he gave her until dawn crept through the blinds. Then she opened her journal and wrote, "If I can't have him, no one will." Scene 4. The downward spiral. Days passed. She started following him. His car, his house, his wife. She watched Emily walk their children to the bus stop, watched Michael kiss her cheek before work. It was like a knife twisting inside her chest every morning. One evening, she waited in her car outside the Trent home. Through the living room window, she saw them laughing, watching TV, a family perfectly at ease. In her mind, she replayed every lie he'd told her, every "I love you" that had meant nothing. The rage built slowly, like a storm waiting for the right wind to break. Scene 5. The phone call. The next week, Lena called Michael. He didn't answer. She called again. Voicemail. She texted, "We need to talk." Hours later, he finally replied. "It's over, Lena. Don't contact me again." Something inside her snapped. She grabbed her car keys, heart pounding, and drove past the diner, past the town line, until she reached his house. It was late. The lights were off. She parked across the street and waited. When he finally came out, carrying a trash bag, she stepped out of the shadows. "Michael," she whispered. He froze. "Lena? What are you?" "You can't just throw me away," she said, voice trembling. "You said you'd leave her," he sighed. "You're scaring me. You need to go." "I need the truth," she said. He shook his head. "You were a mistake." The words hit harder than any bullet could. Scene 6. The crime of passion. Later that night, neighbors reported hearing shouting, then a single scream. By the time police arrived, the street was silent. Michael Trent was found in his driveway, stabbed twice in the chest, his body still warm. The weapon, a kitchen knife from his own home. Lena was gone. When officers checked his phone, the last text received read, "You can't lie to me anymore, sweetheart." Scene 7. The arrest. She didn't get far. 2 days later, police found her sitting alone in a motel room off Highway 11, wearing the same clothes, staring blankly at the TV. When the detectives entered, she didn't resist. "I didn't mean to kill him," she whispered. "I just wanted him to tell the truth." On the nightstand sat her journal. Inside, one final entry. "He said I was his sweetheart. I just wanted to be his forever." Scene 8. The trial. The courtroom was packed. Reporters, neighbors, teachers, everyone came to see the sweetheart killer. Her lawyer tried to paint her as a victim, manipulated, emotionally abused, driven mad by love. The prosecution called her dangerous, obsessive, delusional. When asked if she regretted it, Lena said quietly, "I regret believing him." The jury deliberated for 6 hours. Verdict: guilty, second-degree murder. Sentence: 25 years to life. Scene 9. The final interview. A year later, a true crime journalist visited her in prison. She sat across the glass, wearing orange, hair shorter now, eyes hollow. "Do you still love him?" the reporter asked. Lena smiled faintly. "Love doesn't die. It just changes shape." The reporter asked, "If you could go back, would you do it again?" She tilted her head, almost thoughtful. "No, but I'd never let him lie to me twice." Then she stood, the chains around her wrists clinking softly, and walked away, the sound echoing down the long gray hall. Scene 10. The legend. Years later, Oak Ridge still talks about her. About the young waitress who fell for a married teacher and killed him when he broke her heart. Some call her a monster, some call her a victim, and some just call her human, a warning written in blood and heartbreak. Every Valentine's Day, a single white rose appears on Michael Trent's grave. No one knows who leaves it, but every camera the police tried to set up there mysteriously failed. And locals say, on cold February nights, you can still hear her voice whisper through the cemetery, "Sweetheart, tell me the truth."